My wife and I were camping at Yellowwood State Park this past Saturday night. About 1 a.m., we both were asleep and were woken by a loud hollering noise. It was a very deep howling noise, but it wasn't a dog or coyote. The howling noise was very long and very close to our camper. Whatever it was made the howling noise twice, and something off in the distance mimicked it both times. There was no barking afterwards, and the noise was too loud and too deep to be a human. We both stayed awake for a while and didn't hear any more noises. I spoke with the witness by phone and email and found him to be very honest and believable. He was born in the area and lived in a remote location for around 20 years and is used to the wildlife and sounds of the area. The witness and his wife set up camp on Saturday afternoon and walked around the lake before having dinner and sitting by the fire for a while. There were only 2 other campers in the campground, and they were at the other end. After going to bed, the witnesses were woken up by something howling very close to their camper. The howls were described as very long, deep, and clear, but ended with gargle or raspy flare at the end. The howls were around 10 seconds long and were answered by a response from across the lake that was shorter but similar to the first howl. After about 15 seconds, the first vocalizer howled again and was again answered from across the lake. The witnesses stayed awake listening but heard nothing else. He is familiar with coyotes, dogs, and other animals and is confident this was not one. He was also certain it was not a human due to the length and power of the call. Both he and his wife were adamant that the second call was not an echo. Based on the details the witness was able to provide about the howls and the historical trend of activity in this area, I believe they heard 2 Sasquatch calling to each other that night. They camp at the location a couple times a year and plan on taking an audio recorder with them in the future. South Central Indiana contains the Morgan-Monroe State Forest, Yellowwood State Forest, and Brown County State Park, which together comprise almost 70,000 acres of dense hardwood and pine forest with steep ridges and valleys. Rivers and lakes are numerous, and the area supports a wide variety of wildlife. There have been numerous reports from this area, going back close to 60 years and continuing today.